Peeps, how's it going? Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the Seas of Vodari, the calm beach, which we're not at all. That is not where we are. Yeah, anyhow, I'm Rigaroga, you're you, and this is Resh, hanging out on my lap with me. Hi. She's purring, but she doesn't want to be held up to the camera. She's a little camera shy. Okay. Okay. She's like, no, put me down, put me down. Yeah, so anyhow, this is episode 4 of the Seas of Vodari. This is the starter adventure from the Quick Start guide, which was sent out to backers. The full campaign, not campaign, but the full setting will be sent later, and it's still being worked on. But this is as far as I know, this is the starter adventure that's included, intended to be included with the full book. But there may be changes. There will be additional monsters. There will be additional all sorts of rules and things for the Seas of Vodari. But this is the quick start guide that was sent out to backers early and the starter adventure, and I just wanted to play it. So, but what happened last time? Oh, geez, like a lot. So basically, we had a sort of a narrative thing. Tufi and friends were in Port Zavo, were accosted, and then knocked unconscious, and then we wound back time and introduced Turtle, and there was a big kerfluffle as as Turtle came out and confronted Pearlvoss and Taggart's gang. Captain Taggart's gang, and then Captain Mags' gang showed up, and they started to fire. Turtle shelled up, and then and Jen is in the background. Oh, actually, I think that's Moo. Moo makes that noise when she's got like a little piece of paper or a candy wrapper in her mouth, and she carries it around. Anyhow, I mean, you should go back and check. But basically, at the end of the last episode, what we ended up with is we ended up with the beginnings of sort of a cannonball run, if you will, across the seas towards the treasure islands, the island with no name, and so we basically, I mean, I don't even know how to do this, but let's represent this with, here's one island, here's another island, and so Captain Mags is coming out of port first in a sloop, which is a darn fast ship. The sloop is named the Albatross. So she's coming out, followed by Captain Taggart. And Captain Taggart is in another sloop, so they're evenly matched. So Captain Mags has Tufi in the brig, trying to get information that Tufi knows from the journal. Mags has already seen the treasure map, so knows the location of the island, but doesn't know anything else that might be contained in the journal. Captain Taggart on the sloop, the Sea Devil, is following hotly behind and has the map and the journal. So we'll be studying that over the next couple days as we travel. And then third, out of Port Zavo is Turtle, who we introduced as the warrior sidekick last episode. And Turtle is Turtle rescued Plant and Octopus, who had been left unconscious by the gangs, and is already catching up because Turtle is got a sleek and fast hot rod trimaran proa. So what we're gonna do, I don't even know. This is not where this adventure was written to go at this point. The rest of the adventure is written as if there's really, yeah. Okay. Anyhow, I don't know. Anyhow, so we're setting sail. We've got these three. I'm trying to decide how to do this. I guess basically we leave Port Zavo behind, okay? And then what we've got is, let's say, I mean, these guys are evenly matched, and then over here sort of caught up and, towing the line with the Albatross, because Turtle actually, let's do, let me just really quickly check sidekick here. Arcana, investigation, persuasion, sleight of health, athletic, survival. Expert can use the help action as a bonus. So I think Plant is going to do... What would it... well, let's do investigation. I'm not sure... We're retroactively... Here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out if they know, if the sidekicks know about the island and where it is. So if Tufi and Plant and Octopus shared the information about the latitude and longitude and the story of... Well, I know they read it out. So yeah, let's just do an investigation check with advantage because we're helping. Our expert is helping. So the octopus is taking a help action to help the spellcaster do an investigation roll, and this is to determine if the sidekicks know the location of the island. Okay, so that's 13 plus 4. That's 17. I think it's fair to make that a DC 15, sort of in between heroic and normal, because there's no reason why Tufi wouldn't have told them. It wouldn't be hidden, but it's also, we're taking a story narrative chance that they didn't. So let's make it a DC 15, and that passes. I mean, it's close to heroic level. That's 17. Let's face it, that's pretty darn good. So let's go ahead and say, actually, at this point, that the trimaran has pulled up in first. And now we're in this order. Otherwise, we would have not done that as far as advantage. Now, let's say, I don't know how many we want to do. So after they've been vying for position along the way, it's about a 2-day journey apparently to this hidden island. So after about 2 days, they've been jostling back and forth, and I imagine, as the trimaran proa passed by the Sea Devil and passed by the Albatross, each of them took some pot shots. But Turtle would have stayed outside of range, so I don't think it's necessary to roll. they just were taking warning shots and sort of shots out of frustration. Um, so at this point, about 2 days, we're maybe an hour from the island, um, and I think at this point, uh, the skies, which have been pretty much clear and light, um, and enough wind to for everybody's sails to go full speed. So the sloops have been staying neck and basically at pace to each other. Trimaran has skimmed out in front as it would as a hot rod. And then out of nowhere, I'm going to just use this fog bank. Out of nowhere, this dark wall of clouds forms on the horizon. Sort of coastal weather. It just, all of a sudden, everybody looks over and there it is. Like, where the hell did that come from? You can see sunlight maybe around the two sides on the horizon, but I mean, it's in front of us. There's no way going around this is even going to be possible. We basically know that. And the wind and the rain hit like a giant fist. Now, it actually says like a giant fist in the description. And, in my mind, that reminds me that we've got a storm giant in our narrative that we left behind. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be part of the written part, but there is a storm giant that's connected with Tufi. Maybe on her first adventure, that storm giant is kind of out there. I don't know. But we're gonna do now. What it's set up for is a group skill challenge to handle this storm. And this is the part where what happened at the docks in Zavo is completely different than what was written, and so I'm not entirely sure what to do. I'm feeling like it's really written. See, the problem I have is that this is really written as if the characters are taking roles on the boat. But here's the thing. Tufi's in the brig, so can't take part. And the next two boats are NPC boats without characters on them. I mean, the back. So two of them are basically boats with just NPCs. Tufi is in the brig of one, but isn't going to be able to do anything. And then we have three sidekicks hanging out on the first boat, and I feel like it's weird to try and do. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of how it's written, I'm gonna do three checks, going into the storm, coming out of the storm, or in the storm, and at the edge of the storm. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be three checks. Okay, and it's three checks in the storm. And I'm gonna make. Basically, I think I'm going to have each captain. I'm going to make each captain do a check. But I'm going to cheat and allow the sidekicks to help each other. It's just to, give them a little bit more agency. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. Yeah. So it's a little. This episode is a little bit weird because I'm changing things on the fly a little bit. I spent a little bit of time thinking about this since yesterday, but the previous episode I filmed yesterday, and so I haven't had a lot of time to do prep. Um, but so we're gonna have three ships. So we're gonna have Taggart. We're gonna have Mags, and Turtle in the trimaran. And so let's see. What is the? Oh man, stop! What the hell? Okay, skill challenge DC 13 for all skill checks for successes and fails. Um, Thinking I want to do helm. I'm gonna do helm checks. So we're gonna do vehicles water checks on each turn. Um, okay, so let's see. So vehicle water. Oh man, this is so crazy. So what is turtles? Turtle has to be proficient in this. I'm just gonna retcon that Turtle has this experience. Um, so in the essentials book, they don't have a proficiency bonus. They just do straight rolls. So that's super simplified. But in the Unearthed Arcana, uh, they get their regular 2 proficiency bonus. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's +2 at advantage. So we're gonna roll a +2 at advantage on a vehicle's water check for Turtle at the helm of the trimaran. So +2 advantage for the first check. So let's see what we get. 13 is 15. And it's going to be a DC 13. So that is a success. So we've got 1 success. So we're going to... so the trimaran moves up to the second check. Now, so let's figure out what Mags has. Let's see. Capt Mags. Captain Mags doesn't have a proficiency bonus listed in her stat block. So I think it's a straight roll. So let's do a straight roll. DC 13. That is a critical fail. So Mags drops back behind the Sea Devil and does not pass. So let's do the random event. So this is going to be because she failed at the helm, she's stuck there and rolls a 6. We're going to roll again, but double the damage. And so it's a 4. So a large swell heads towards Mags' ship. She needs to make a DC 10 intelligence check. Well, that is a success. On a failed check, your ship speed slows by 30 feet and your ship takes damage. Well, so I'm even... Well, she critical failed, though. She critical failed. Yeah, because it was critical, I'm going to rule that she... if it hadn't been critical, I would have let her advance because she passed that secondary one. But because it was critical fail, I'm going to go ahead and toss her back one. Behind this. So she's fallen just behind, swerving out of the way, tacking to port or starboard or whatever. She loses some momentum. Enough momentum that she gets behind the Sea Dog. Now the Sea Dog is going to go, and the Sea Dog is Taggart. I suspect that Taggart also doesn't have proficiency listed. So we're just going to do a straight roll for him. Okay, so let's roll DC 13 for Taggart. Taggart failed. So we're going to go ahead and roll a D6 for a random event, and that's a 4. So that same large swell of ocean that Mags avoided then also headed towards Taggart. So does Taggart make a DC 10 intelligence vehicles water check? And does. And was not a critical fail. So I'm going to go ahead and rule that because Taggart succeeded that round, moves up to the second spot. Okay, so next round. My hat is all... The edge is weirded out. Okay, so now we're back at the top again. Hold on a second. Spellcaster is +2. It really should be, because it's +2 for intelligence, because it's an intelligence roll. And then +2 proficiency bonus. Oh, I don't know. That might be too much. Oh no, and I just got ink all over that. God darn it. Okay, so I need to decide if I'm adding +2 for intelligence and... Oh, wait. No. Hold on. It's warrior. Warrior has a +0 on intelligence. So we're going to use proficiency bonus without the intelligence bonus for turtle. So that solves that. But I think I might add those together later. When it becomes, useful and necessary. Okay, so we're going to roll for advantage, with advantage +2 for this next check. So that's 17. That's way more. It actually would not have been. This would have failed, but this succeeds. So we did succeed. So the trimaran is going to zip up to the second, has succeeded on the second check. Now let's go for the Sea Devil. Straight up DC 13 check for a Sea Devil. And that is a 3. It fell just slightly off, but it wasn't cocked. So that's a 3. That is a fail. It's not a critical fail. We're going to roll random event. Random event is a 5. A sudden massive gust of wind blows against Taggart's ship, and regardless of the current wind direction, and they need to make Taggart needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom Vehicles Water check to maintain ship control. On a failed roll, well, let's just see what happens. So does Taggart make a DC 15 Wisdom check against Vehicles Water? And that is an 18. That is a success. So that is a success. The Sea Devil moves up. Now let's get Mags. Okay. Okay, so Mags is going to roll now on the first check still. She needs to get past that. Wow, Mags makes a critical fail again. Wow. Oh, man. Wow, this is not going well. Okay. So that's a 3. Jagged rocks block the path. I think I'm being unfair to Mags. I'm sorry. I'm retconning that. Even though it was a critical fail, I think it's unfair because she succeeded in that check. That see what I'm doing is I'm trying to cheat. Basically, what I'm trying to cheat is I'm trying to get Mags up, because I don't want Taggart to get to the. Okay, yeah, I don't know what this is gonna look like. I don't know. So I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm gonna let the dice determine what happened. So did I roll a 3 for her? Yeah, jagged rocks. So she's gonna make Mags is gonna do a DC 10 Wisdom check, and is going to succeed at that. So doesn't take any damage, but doesn't go any farther. Okay, so let us roll now again for Turtle on the Trimaran. We're going to do +2 advantage. 16 is as 18 actually total is a success. So Turtle makes it. Now, is Taggart going to make it? Oh, man, come on. Fail. Fail, you bastard. Fail. Man. Ooh, critical fail! Hot damn. Okay, so no matter what, Taggart failed that one. And so we're going to roll on the table. And that is a 5. So that's a massive gust of wind blows in. DC 15 vehicles check. So let's see what we get. So that's a 12, and that is not enough. So lose control of the ship. Did I forced her back, right? No, she just stayed there. Okay, so he's going to stay there. It's not damage, but he lost control of his ship. So he stays where he's at. Okay, so now Turtle, Plant, and Octopus have reached the shore. So I think what they're doing is they're well, I mean, okay, they will have reached shore. And I think, yeah, so the trimaran is beached, but the thing is, the trimaran is so shallow in its drag or hull, whatever, that it just skids in. And I think what happens is that the three of them do attempt to hide the ship. Let's roll stealth as a sort of a collective check with help. So that's 11. Plus 4 is 16. So we'll call that a 16 as far as stealth. So that's how well they've hidden the proa. So let's say, they came over, to one side of the island. This is not an accurate representation of what the island looks like. This is just a sort of a abstract attempt to show the show the island. But yeah. Okay, so let's go to Taggart, and he's going to try to do a DC 13 to make it through, and failed. And we're going to roll. That is a 1. Hit hard by currents in all directions. Make a DC 10 wisdom check. And that is also a fail. So Taggart takes 4d10. So 4d10, 16, 22, so 27 damage, hull damage. Let me really quickly go to ships. A sloop has $250 hit points? Jeez. Oh. So sails, control, and helm. Okay, hold on. What was that? Starter adventure. Hold on. Where um sails are battered. Okay, and then so we've got ship. Sails have 100. And helm 50. And hull 250. So Taggart is actually slowed minus 10 feet. Now that's okay. That's weird. So it says for the rules say for hit points for sails, they've got 100 points, minus 10 feet speed per 25 damage taken, and then for speed is 55 feet, but it's 15 feet while sailing into the wind, 70 feet while sailing with the wind. I mean, so in a storm, they're slowed to like because of the minus 10 feet. It's down to 5. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyhow, they're going to be slower now. But they've taken 25. And I think is it hull damage for beached? Yeah, it's hull. So they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. But that was a fail. So Taggart is gonna stay there. Um, how did Mags not get another attempt? Did I skip Mags? I've got to give Mags one more. I think I skipped her. So that was a fail. And that's 2. She needs to make a DC 10 Wisdom Nature to find an alternate route around some coral reefs. And she succeeds at that. So she's going to step up to the second one. So that is one success for her. So I've done Taggart. Now we're back with Mags. We're already on shore. So we've got one round of head start. That was an 11, which is a fail. She rolls a 1, which is hard currents. We're going to do a DC 10 check. And that fails. And so the sails take 4d10 damage. 14. 26. Okay, so they're also slowed. So let's see. Okay, so Taggart now again. Oh wait, no, trimaran. We've got one. We've got one more, and then so we're gonna do. Taggart is gonna try. And fails. And rolls a 5. So sudden massive wind, and we're gonna do a DC 15 Wisdom. That fails. So Taggart fails another one. Probably only need to do checks, but and just loses control. So doesn't take any damage. Okay, and then Mags is gonna go and fails and rolls a 2. Has to do nature is still in the coral reefs, trying to get around those. Makes the check and so moves up. So that's a second check for Mags. And now we're back with us. We've got one more round of advantage. Taggart makes a success, so that's 3. Taggart now makes. So Taggart is at. We've got 3 turns, or 3 whatevers. I don't know how this is gonna work. 3 on Taggart. And then so Mags is going to be one more. Let's do her check and see. And that is a fail. And it's a 1. So we're going to do wisdom. 14. She does succeed at that. So now Mags is also headed up. So actually we've got 3. And they both, Taggart and Mags tie, but we've got 3 whatevers for the sidekicks ahead of the other ones. Now, so what's happened here is that these 2 boats. Let's clear this out of the way. So these 2 have beached their boats. Like right next to each other. I mean, you know, we sort of see a calm beach, and then what happens is these 2 sloops just slam right into the sandbank on the beach, and sort of beach up, and sort of tilt as they beach, and I think, you know, they're sort of, you know, off kilter. And oh man, so that's where we're at. So the swollen seas and the hurricane weather disappear as fast as everybody hits the beach, sort of slams into the beach. The 2 are beached on a long sandy shore, and around 200 feet from the water. Thick jungle rises from the sand. Almost immediately, and then the beach itself is covered in seaweed, driftwood, and other flotsam and jetsam, and is broken up by clusters of jagged rock outcroppings. So there's plenty of outposts, or, you know, like places to entrench between these 2 boats. So, I mean, I don't even know. You know, and then, I mean, the water is here. And so, I mean, that's kind of the situation, is that these guys, they're stealthed and hidden somewhere off to the side. I think what happens next. I mean, I think they tumble out their Marines and their boarding crews, and they just sort of start fighting. You know, I think, you know, they start making, you know, taking placements and whatnot. Hey, Vam. Yeah, they're definitely all soggy and wet from the storms, but I mean, it's sort of clear. But I think because they're next to each other, these 2 rival gangs are going to start, like, basically sending out their Marines, right? And fighting each other, taking placements, and I mean, basically we got the invasion of Normandy, except both sides are on the beach, sort of attacking each other across the beach. So maybe more like Dunkirk or something like that. I don't know. Let's give the sidekicks their 3 turns. Sorry, I didn't really say. Did I say, howdy, Van? Thanks for dropping in. They're completely evenly matched, though. These two are NPC crews. They're rival NPC crews, and the boats are the same. They're on a flat beach. They're right next to each other. Their ships are sort of tilting to the sides, so where they try to fire cannons, and they they're not. The cannons are like in weird positions and stuff. So I don't know that they're gonna really figure out how to artillery shoot themselves. Maybe they send off a few sallies of cannonballs, and every time. So here's the thing: every time they try and shoot the cannon, the boat rolls and like totally screws up their shot. Kaboom, 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 and they're like, wow, screw that, and then they send out their teams and stuff. Yeah. So what we just did is we had a massive storm, and we did a whole bunch of checks. Both ships had their sails. Both of these sloops had their sails wrecked a little bit. 27 hit points and 26, so pretty much the same. They're evenly matched. They finally managed to make a beach, but the sidekicks who the main character is Tufi, and Tufi is aboard this ship, Mags's ship, in the brig, because in a previous episode, Taggart's crew knocked everybody the whole team, sidekicks included, unconscious, and then stole the treasure map and the journal with information about the jungle. And then Mags's crew showed up, and then the third sidekick, who we introduced in our last episode, showed up, scared off Pearl Voss, who's Taggart's second in command, with the map and the journal, and then Mags's crew showed up because they heard the main character Tufi had set off a thunder wave, and so sort of made it pretty clear that a fight was going on, and they wanted to protect their cargo, and so they showed up and saw Turtle, the sidekick, over Tufi, Octopus, and Plant unconscious, and just started firing off at what remained of Taggart's gang, and then Turtle tortoised up into the shell like a turtle will do, and so then Mags had given them orders to grab Tufi. So Tufi got taken into the brig on Mags's ship. Turtle rescued Plant and Octopus, the other two sidekicks, and started to sail out. And then we had a oversea chase, and then we had skill checks in a storm to see who would make it and make it through. And the sidekicks managed to get to the island three skill checks ahead of the other two, and then the other two slammed into the beach at the exact same time, and so that's how we got here. It's a little crazy, but let's give our sidekicks 3 attempts of something to try and get Tufi. I think the first thing they're going to do is so how about this? This is the plan. What do you think? This is the Ocean's 11 moment. So we're going to describe the plan while we're doing it or something. So the sidekicks are going to stealth. They're going to stealth over to the Mags' ship. They're going to try to break Tufi out of Mags' ship and then stealth back. And they've got 3 skill checks to try and do it. If they can succeed at all 3 skill checks, well, see, but the thing is, here's the jungle is right here, right? So they're going to stealth around while these guys are fighting and come at it from this side. You know what I mean? Because they're totally focused on each other. The sidekicks already had stealthed successfully while these other guys were still trying to make to the island. And so they hid their trimaran. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think that's the plan. That's the plan, and it could go awry. As plans are sometimes wont to do. Now, if they can break Tufi out, then Tufi's part of the team, right? And so there's an extra character. Okay. So, and these are sidekick rules, so I'm totally just sort of making this up as I go. But we've got an expert who can take the help action. And we've got stealth. We've got a plus. We've got a +4 on stealth. So we're gonna do a roll. Yeah, kinda. I mean, yeah, we're gonna. Well, you know, like Ocean's 11, like each person is doing their part of the thing, right? But I mean, I don't know. We're just gonna imagine how this is gonna work. Each character, each of the sidekicks needs to make one of these rolls. So that means one of these stealth rolls is either gonna have to be Tufi or one of the sidekicks. Maybe? Okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So we've got stealth. We're gonna roll it at yeah, it's totally gonna happen. Now here's a wrinkle. So Octopus, who's the expert sidekick, is the one with stealth. And is also the one that can do the help action. What does guidance do? Hold on a second. Before spell ends, target can roll a d4 and add that number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check. The spell ends. Okay, so here's what's happening. Plant, who is the spellcaster sidekick, is going to cast Guidance. Which is a cantrip at will. And so we're going to add a d4 if we want it to this stealth check. It's not going to be at advantage because we don't have the help action available. Oh my god. Okay, so stealth +4. What's my DC? My DC is 15. My DC is 15. Well, I can, because guidance, I can pick to add it before or after. So let's go ahead and roll. 18. Oh! Okay. Okay. So our stealth from our hiding place to Tufi or to Mags's ship, success. Excellent. Now we're gonna try and break Tufi out. I'm thinking that Turtle, who is the warrior sidekick, should maybe do like a athletics check. Um, Plant is going to cast guidance again. And we're gonna and our octopus is gonna take the help action. So we're gonna do this at advantage, and we have a D4 available to Turtle. Remember that we have a D4 available to Octopus if Octopus needs it. Okay, so actually, let's roll with advantage, and we're gonna do athletics is +4, right? Okay. What do you think? Do you agree? Athletics. So Turtle sort of, leaps over the side of the boat, runs down, to grab Tufi, and like carry Tufi back, and we're gonna do that as the athletics. Okay, 16 plus 4 is a dirty 20. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, so we've got athletics. So we're going to have to do our expert trying to do... picking that lock. Okay, so, but this is definitely a success. Because that was a dirty 20. So I agree. Let's, athletics check is a go. But what about the lock? Now, here's the thing. Let me think about Tufi for a second. Prestidigitation doesn't help with that. Yeah, that's not going to be useful. It'd be like thaumaturgy or something. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I totally get it. Because it's the brig, right? So we've got to break out of that. So Octopus is going to do the expert thing and is going to try to pick the lock. We don't have a help action. Okay, now hold on. Now wait a minute. Let's give them a chance that the key is outside the brig. Like in the total Pirates of the Caribbean thing, where, I mean, Tufi couldn't get it, right? But let's give this a chance that the key is on a peg outside of Tufi's reach, right? Okay, we're gonna give that a chance. Let's do a percentile dice. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is let's give him a chance. Um, let's give them 50-50. This is, I mean, just totally random happenstance. Whether uh, so 51 and above, the key is on a hook, and below we're gonna have to do the lockpick. Yeah. So um it's right, it's 0, right? There's a 0 on here, right? Yeah. So that was 3. The key is nowhere to be found. The key is absolutely nowhere to be found. Um it was a 3 on a percentile dice. Um I mean, we could do a perception check, but I think that roll is bad enough that the key is not here. Um, it's a 3 though. I mean, I no, I hear you, but we gave them the chance, right? So let's not double dip. Let's keep the threat um, of this lock. Let's keep the threat of the lock because we totally really failed. I mean, maybe if it had been like 40 or above 40, he might have been able to maybe find it or something. But I mean, it was so bad. It was a 3, and we needed 51 or above for the key to be there, right? Um, well, I mean, there should be, shouldn't there? Um, I was sort of taking that this stealth was going to be that we made it there without being noticed. Um, should we do a should we do a third stealth check? Um, well, see, my stealth check on the way back out is going to be whether they got noticed. So I think what I'm gonna say is if we had failed the first stealth check, a patrol or they would have been spotted on the boat going in. Let's finish the stuff in the brig and then roll this stealth. And on the stealth out, we'll decide whether it's somebody walking in or they find a patrol. If patrol sees them or something like that. So we're gonna use that stealth check. But the chance of somebody checking on them, you're right, Van. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and use that stealth check to determine if that happens. So let's go ahead and we didn't find the key. We have the lock. We're gonna roll without advantage because we don't have the help action because the expert is the one rolling for lock picking. But we have guidance, so we have 1d4 if we want it. Oh man, there is no way that we can do that. Even with guidance, it's just not possible. Um, so lock is no. Um, we're gonna use. Oh man, oh man. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Um, well, I'm thinking it's not a wood thing. I think it's like a shark cage, with iron bars all at the top, the bottom, and the sides. Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an athletics check with Turtle. Um, and if we succeed, then Turtle will be able to yank it open. If that fails, then I think Turtle will try to use the blunderbuss to blow the lock off. But if I have to use the blunderbuss, I'm going to give us disadvantage on stealth, because of that sound. So Van, you asked which class is Turtle. Turtle is a sidekick, which is in Unearthed Arcana or the the Essentials kit. And of the three, in the sidekicks, there's Spellcaster, Expert, and Warrior, and Turtle is the Warrior. My understanding is that these are like, I think 3rd edition, there's sort of generic classes that were in 3rd edition. But that's what Turtle is. So Turtle has a big blunderbuss and has a net and a trident. And those are Turtle's main weapons. Turtle is a turtle. I'm just calling him Turtle as his name. Just like Plant is a plant and Octopus is an octopus. Okay, so let's do this athletics check. Expert is going to help action. And we still have a guidance available. Warrior still has a guidance. Plant is going to cast guidance on Tufi since they're together, right? So Tufi has guidance cast on her. On them. Sorry, Tufi's non-binary. Indeterminate, we don't know. Okay, so that was advantage. That was a 14 plus 4 is 18. So I think even without the guidance, Turtle is able to, pretty much at non-heroic level, but an 18 is nothing to laugh at. I think Turtle just, yanks on the thing, and maybe the brig gets used so little. I don't know, or it's been there long enough that maybe it comes unhinged a little bit, just enough that Tufi, who actually can change shape and size and stuff. So Tufi. So I think the bars were close enough. Like in this world, they know about Voda and being able to shape change. And when she was when they were unconscious, when Tufi was unconscious, they would have assumed their Voda form, so they would have known that Tufi was a shape changer. So they would have put them in a brig cell that was set up for shape changers. But I think what happens is that yoink, it bends enough. Tufi is able to shape change into like a stingray or something, and flop out the opening that's that's created. So we've made an athletics check to get Tufi out. So now Tufi is now in the mix. I'm gonna narratively just say that they would have brought Tufi's stuff, like Tufi's backpack. No. Okay, no. They brought the backpack with Tufi's other stuff, I think. But Tufi would have had their equipment on them, right? When they were captured. So somewhere in this room is, we're going to do the perception check now. This is a perception check. The backpack got left behind. Because Pearl Voss, when the big kerfluffle happened in Port Zavo, and everybody, the whole team was knocked unconscious. Pearl was rifling through the backpack to find the treasure map and the journal. Uh, and when Turtle came out, um, fired off the blunderbuss into Pearl's gang, and then Pearl booked it with the journal and the treasure map, dropping the backpack. And then Mags's crew pulled in, fired off on what remained of Pearl Voss's people and Turtle, and then grabbed Tufi. So Tufi didn't have the backpack, but whatever, like Tufi's equipment, like daggers and pistol and that stuff, is gonna. So 2 daggers and pistols, or pistol, were on Tufi. So we need to do a perception check to find that. So we're going to do perception check with the help action. And it's going to be... Ooh. Okay. Okay, so what's going to happen? Octopus is going to do the help action. Plant is going to do investigation at +4. So we're going to do that at advantage. Can you cast guidance on yourself? You touch one willing target. I mean, I think. So, I mean, let's give Plant guidance. So what happens here? So narratively, what happens is Plant just sort of does that sort of Tai Chi raising the key energy stuff. So Plant, who has basically marigolds for a head, and then sort of frondy arms, Plant rubs their fronds together, raises their key, casts guidance on themselves, and you think probably not? Oh. Shall we look? Okay, no, yeah. So yeah, Plant is willingly touching themselves. They're raising their key energy somehow. Let's not go there because we'll go blind doing that. So we're gonna have guidance. Plant has guidance. We're gonna roll advantage because of the help action. That's 12. That's not enough. So we're gonna roll. That is 15. It's a 3 on that guidance die. That's 15 total. That's enough to do our DC 15 check. So I think what we find is Tufi's. We find like the box or whatever where Tufi or the confiscation, the stuff that gets confiscated, wherever that is. Plant goes, it's right over there. It's always over there. These brigs are always the same. And so we get the daggers and the pistol back. Okay, now they head out. Okay. This has probably taken too long. But we didn't have to use the blunderbuss. We're totally going to run, stealthily. We're going to run. Now let's get out of here. So we're going to do stealth action with advantage. And that's going to be our X. Oh, wait. It's not with advantage. You know what? Tufi is going to do the stealth check. Tufi is +3. The expert is +4. But the expert is going to do the help action Um, yeah, and we've got guidance if we need it. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So Tufi is going to try to help everybody be stealthy. Expert is help actioning, and we've got guidance. Oh, oh my God! Look, it's a natural 20. Hot damn. Hot damn. The heist was a success. Whoo! So, sidekicks and Tufi are reunited. Reunited, whatever that song is, plays in the background, and the Mags and Taggart are shooting the crap out of each other, trying to shoot cannons, sending Marines. They don't even notice, and we zip into the jungle, and that is actually where this episode was supposed to end. It's this is a cursed island. So what we know, okay, Van, the backstory on this island is that there was Captain Blackheart had a treasure. Hey, Marion 847, thanks for the follow. That's really awesome. Thank you. Sorry, that was 2 minutes ago. I didn't see it because I was in the middle of the Ocean's 11 heist. But thanks for the follow. That's really awesome. So Van, yeah, you're totally right. This jungle is filled with stuff. This is a cursed island. Captain Blackheart buried treasure here, and ended up getting cursed. Captain Blackheart's navigator managed to escape. Had created a map and a journal describing the interior of this jungle. And there is a temple to Morto in the center of this island. And in this setting, Morto is the god of death, and sort of bad things, sort of like Orcus in a way. But yeah. Captain Blackheart is a cursed undead thing. We pretty much know, and we know that there are skeletons and patrols of skeletons along the pathway to the temple. So that's what's going to happen next. Is that the sidekicks and Tufi are diving in to the forest, or to the jungle, on their way to the temple of Morto. So next session is going to be next week, and probably on Friday morning of next week. Not entirely sure, but what we're going to do then is we're going to do the jungle trek, and then we're going to do as much of the Temple of Morto as we can. But that was cool. We got to do a heist, man. I love that. That's one of the things I missed. I had a super high level Tabaxi Arcane Trickster rogue, and I never got to. I did like one heist the entire time with that character. The rest of the time I was basically pretending to be a glass cannon. but yeah, I love these little heists. That was really cool. And so thanks for your help sort of deciding what the steps would be as we worked that out. That was really awesome. That was fun. That was neat. So all of this that happened, just to set the record straight, was not part of the quick start starter adventure for Seas of Vodari. This was just sort of, I was trying to make it up as I went along in order to cover the fact that I had 3 teams that were arriving at the island at the same time. Yeah, so anyhow, yeah, that was fun. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks everybody. I am going to be taking a short break. I'm going to be resetting, and continuing with my Stranger Things box set characters on the further adventures that they're doing. So that's going to be in about, well, I don't know how long it'll take. I need to take a break, and then I need to reset everything. And they're going to be. They just finished clearing out a kobold camp and discovered some truths about this evil cultist Calarel, who is trying to open a rift to allow the minions of Orcus to come in and attack. And so they learned that, and now they're heading to Winterfell to is it Winterfell or Winterhaven? Actually, I forgot what the name of the town is. Anyhow, they're heading to the town to warn people and find out what they can about the other mysterious, strange things that have been happening in that town. So I hope you hang out. If not, tomorrow, Sunday, I'm doing a whole day marathon of all of my solo RPGs. So we're going to start with a couple episodes of Weave, couple episodes of Expedition, and then Stranger Things episodes, and then Seas of Vodari episodes. And so that's going to be all day tomorrow. I start Central Time, early in the morning, so it's going to run from, I don't know, 8 or 9 to 8 or 9 or later. But I'll hang out and chat on Sunday. And you can always check out my YouTube for all the past episodes of all the stuff that's expired from Twitch. And yeah, so thanks so much. I hope you hang out and join me for Stranger Things. It's going to be just a little bit, like half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on how long it takes me to break and set up. And I will see you next time. Thanks, Marion, for the follow. Thanks, Van, for helping out with the adventure. And I will see you next time.